All right, let's switch gears here to the Bengals side of things, which is slow week for the Bengals world. We're not really doing much, waiting for training camp to start, but it was international week, I guess, for Bengals beat writers as they had to go watch the events taking place in Paris to find Joe Burrow, who took part in the Vogue World 2024 fashion show by walking the runway in a black suit jacket with no undershirt and an exposed back. He said, quote, "I wanted to get out of my comfort zone and grow as a person. And I think walking in the show is a great way to do that. I think the crossover between fashion and sport is going to continue to grow. I've always loved clothes, but never really understood the industry, so I wanted to learn more." Skinny, what did you think of Joe Burrow modeling at a fashion show in Paris?
Buddy, you do you, and you do yourself pretty well. But don't think that there's a lot of us like myself that didn't just go, "You look like a douche." I mean, you absolutely look as douchey as you can possibly look. But again, you do you. That's fine. You do you. But I mean, it feels like he's crawling into weird areas at the moment, does it not? Honestly, I'm not so sure the breakup with the longtime girlfriend has been good for him.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that, but that's a good point. I don't care what you do. I'm fine with this. If you want to be into weird, silly stuff, that's what young people do. I get that. Not for me. It's fine if you like it. But this is definitely weird, rich, young person stuff where you're trying to be cool and sophisticated and find your voice and be different, but you really just don't have a personality. Like, you've been training doing nothing but football for however many years.
Which is what endeared him to this fan base.
Right. You don't have a personality. You don't have whatever. So you're trying to be cool and sophisticated and do this. But like, do you really think Joe Burrow was comfortable or enjoyed walking down a runway in that weird suit thing? That's so strange to me.
I think he did, to be honest with you. And listen, this fan base loves him, and understandably so, and rightfully so. But I made this comment to somebody else on a phone call that I said, he's now doing stuff like this, which is fine. You do yourself in the off season again, but it opens yourself up to another injury away from, look, all he cares about is this stuff off the field. See, he got his money. He got paid. Here we go.
That was this will come back up if he starts slow.
Yes.
It's just what we do in this city. We do not.
Whether it should or shouldn't, it's coming up.
We do not like our stars to act like stars in Cincinnati. And I mean, in New York, in LA, you're going to get ripped either way in New York, so it doesn't matter. Sure. In LA, they're used to stuff like this. This is what they want you to do. But in Cincinnati and most of these other Midwestern cities, we do not want our stars to do the ritzy, glamorous star stuff. We want you to be the guy who's just in his basement playing his piano, allegedly, and reading his playbook all the time. And that's not fair. It's not feasible. It's not reasonable, but it's the reality of the situation. When he starts off, when the Bengals go 1-2 to start the season, like they always seem to at the beginning of the year, even though the schedule sets up for them to not do that, people are going to be talking about fashion shows and Joe Burrow walking them. I can guarantee you that.
For sure. There's no question about it. Again, you do you, and you do it pretty well, but yeah, it feels like he's really trying to find himself, doesn't it? I mean, he seemed like a guy that hey, all football, got my girlfriend, it's a longtime girlfriend, I'm grounded, and now it's like, she gone, and I'm going to try to live my best life in a way that I'm not sure I understand how.
Yeah, I mean, again, you got a lot of money, you've got a little bit of free time right now. I get that you're going to live a life different from the way most of us would, but the Paris fashion show stuff, I don't know. It just seems awfully strange.
Yes.
And it doesn't really seem like that's who Joe Burrow is. But again, he's young. He's trying to find his voice. He's trying to find his personality, I think. He also talked about getting comfortable with his popularity and adjusting to that, showing more sides of himself. He said, "That's something that I've struggled with for my entire career, really. I'm a pretty private person. I try to keep as much as I can to myself, but I'm starting to branch out a little bit and get a little more comfortable sharing parts of my personality." Is this like just him talking about the piano stuff and maybe this fashion stuff? Or do you think we're going to get like kooky Joey Votto making Instagram reels version of Joe Burrow this year?
It feels like it's coming, although he doesn't. That would be a step for me that I have to see to believe. He was in a picture with some guy I don't even know. He's an actor, and he's the actor's, I don't know, he's doing some kind of cool thing with a finger, and Joey's flipping off the camera. I'm like, what are we are flipping off the I don't know if you saw it was on Instagram or Twitter. Somebody sent it to me. I'm like, what are we doing?
This podcast should just be me bringing up Instagram pictures of athletes and you explaining what's going on in the picture.
Yeah, exactly.
That was tremendous.
Exactly. Have you seen the picture I'm talking about?
I haven't seen, I've seen a lot of them.
Hang on.
I saw that exact one.
I've got it here. I can't show it, but I've got it. He's on a show. I don't even know what the show was because I had to look up who this cat is. Some dude named West Wilson.
No idea.
He's on some show. He's giving you the cool peace sign with his Chiefs cap on, and Joey B's flipping it off. I don't know if he's flipping off because he's a Chiefs fan or whatever, but whatever, man. Do you?
Yeah.
You do you.
Exactly. All right. Anything else on the Bengals or Burrow? I know I said it's a light week. I really don't have anything interesting to talk about.
I mean, there's literally nothing else going on Bengals related, in my opinion.